Okay, first video, just picked up my new project. Never ever thought I'd say this, but I own a Honda. I've never liked Hondas. I've always teased them, always bag them out, but I bought one. Radio works, that's good. Manual, grandpa spec, 4-door sedan, $1,000, 1998. Whoop, and I stalled it. There you go. But everything works. The aircon works. Power windows. It's got a nice little spoiler on the back. I don't know if you can see that there. Codename GTR Killer. Pretty ambitious for a 1.6 litre Honda Civic front wheel drive gay VTEC. So at the moment it's nothing. It's a single cam. It's probably making, I think they made 70 or 80 kilowatts at the flywheel. So chop that in half and that's what we're pumping out of the wheels. Oh, that aircon is crispy. Turn that off. But the motor pool's fine. There's no clouds of black smoke behind me or any smoke. A couple of little clangs and rattles, but that's probably suspension bushes, which is all going in the bin anyway. The indicators work. This car's almost 20 years old now, which it's hard to believe. When I was on my P plates, if you had one of these in a hatchback, you were the shiznit. Grandpa spec sedan. I bought the sedan for two reasons. One, it was a hell of a lot cheaper than the hatch because it's less ricer appeal. And the main reason is because it shares the same wheelbase as another car, which we'll be stealing some parts from, mainly the running gear. So more on that later. The things you know: same wheelbase as another model vehicle where all the parts can just bolt into. Power steering works great. I think I'm going to have to get rid of that though, which is a shame. Because race car, that's why. Let's throw it into a car park and get some lunch. Yep, that's reverse. Oh, there's a little squeak in the back from the brakes, but good bloke Alan, the person who I bought the car off, threw in a set of brake pads for me. So how good's that? $1,000 and free brake pads. So it's already paying for itself, this little beast. I might put a leather wrap cover on the steering wheel just because it feels nicer, and I think this one's on its way out. I already bought a new seat belt because this one is stuffed and definitely won't pass a roadworthy inspection like that, because any fraying means it's not as strong anymore. So I've already got one of those. Got plenty of other parts on order. The great thing about these cars is everything's on eBay and it costs nothing. So there's no Euro tax, GTR tax, you know, classic car tax that you get when you're buying parts for more expensive, more sought after muscle cars or race cars or sports or performance cars. This thing is just a grandpa spec sedan, so everything's cheap. New guards, new bumpers, all still available, even though it's 20 years old, all aftermarket, so hopefully it all fits. But yeah, stay tuned. Okay, first ever mod. This one's for Derek. I'm gonna airbox it in the car park. Oh, some of those VTEC sounds happening. Alright, let's see what that sounds like. And the great news is it started raining thanks to Melbourne, so we just got 10 times more horsepower. Happy days. Let's see how that sounds. Our VTEC noises. This one's for you, Derek. More power, baby. Holy Jesus Christ. Spun the wheels from all that VTEC. Holy moly. Definitely got some more power, baby. 1000 horsepower Civic in the wet. Holy moly. People are looking. Oh yeah. Honda power. Still can't believe that I'm driving a Honda, but I'm sure that'll wear off soon once I start handing out the chops to everybody when I do this engine conversion. Cams have VTEC. What was that noise? Once it's registered, then we'll definitely be ditching this engine, because this motor could not pull a 6-sailor off your sister, if you know what I mean. Although it makes some pretty cool noises, it's definitely no power gain. Sounds awesome though. Oh yeah. All those VTEC unicorns. We're not even hit 60 k's per hour, so that's how lame that is. Shout out to my mate Derek, who does this to every car he gets. Okay, so now it's time to go around the outside of the car and show you what we got. So this is it, Honda Civic 98, it's a facelifted version. You have to do something about those headlights. This is my favourite part. The guard is from a different model, probably the Series 1, so none of this lines up, but we'll be replacing that. Pretty scuffed up bumper, but it is 20 years old. There's a bit of a push in there. All the clear coats coming off, but she's going to get a respray. Driver's side, there's not much, couple of little dings on the doors. Roof's definitely seen better days, but no dents, no hail. Came with a little spoiler on the back, which is, I don't know, it's starting to grow on me, but I prefer my sedans without a spoiler. Nice and tidy boot, some brake pads, bit of wiring from the speakers. We've got the power windows to go in the rear. The only major damage was this part here. I've got replacement parts for those. Clapped out hubcaps, but they're all the originals. Maybe we can do a resto on those and flog them off, or just keep them. Mud flaps all the way around. Stock exhaust, stock pea shooter. This side there's a few more dings, so we've got just here, there. I'll go around and mark all of these later. There's a crease in that door. The interior trim's pretty well looked after, considering it's been with someone from their first car in their 20s to starting a family. There's a couple of marks there, but who really cares? We'll jump in the back. The interior, nice, stock, clean, tidy car, which is why I decided to grab this one. I noticed this is a bit, how you going? We'll have to stick that down or get rid of it, depends on how race car I decide to go with it. But I did find that there was 40 cents in there, which is a bonus. It comes with logbooks. Don't know why I'm doing this from the back seat, but logbooks, a couple of little things, dual airbags, CD player, The air conditioning works great. Shame that's going to have to go bye-byes because we need intercoolers. The aim is that everything that we take off this car, we sell it to pay for something else. So there we go. That's my GTR Killer Project Civic. But once we get this car registered, tidied up, new suspension, new seat belt, all the lights, brakes, everything works fine. We get it registered, it'll be time for engine conversion and make some actual horsepower, some actual kilowatts and some actual gains. But considering this is the first and only time I'll be driving this car for many months, I thought we'd airbox it just for some fun. But otherwise it drives really nice, so let's see how we end up, see where this goes. The aim for 10s in the future. Make sure that you like and subscribe. At the moment I've got a massive 5 followers, 5 subscribers. Yeah, let's like and share and show your friends, and if you want to just have a laugh or, you know, fight me in the comments, go ahead, it all helps. The better. I keep going for reverse. I'm used to my 6-speed. Lucky we're not keeping this gearbox, that's all I can say. I've done it maybe 3 times.